Member for Prince George Mackenzie.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to speak about a topic that is a real tragedy and harm to communities. Human trafficking is horrific and it strips people of their dignity. This serious problem is a gross violation of human rights, and I dare say that all members could join me in denouncing this crime. The Canadian Criminal Code describes human trafficking as recruiting, transporting, transferring, receiving, holding, concealing, or harboring a person, or exercising control, direction, or influence over the movements of a person to exploit them or to assist in facilitating their exploitation. Unfortunately, this global problem is felt right here in BC in my riding and likely in yours as well. That's why we as elected officials should do what we can to condemn this crime as the crime that it is. We can also seek ways to support victims and ways to prevent our community members from falling into this terrible cycle of exploitation. For members' awareness, former Lieutenant Governor, the Honourable Janet Austin, was patron of the Human Trafficking Prevention Network. This was a partnership with a number of BC businesses and nonprofit leaders who committed to raise awareness and education about the subject, as well as supporting organizations combating human trafficking. Susanna Pierce, who was recently stepped down as Shell Canada President and Country Chair, has been the chair of the network. I've worked with Susanna in the past and know that she is a force to be reckoned with, and when she sets her mind to something, she can make big things happen. I want to thank Her Honour, Janet Austin, Ms. Pierce, and all the original signatories. I also want to share with the House a significant milestone in Prince George I witnessed a couple of weeks ago. On May 16th, the City of Prince George became the first local government to join the Human Trafficking Prevention Network. This will follow up from work last July as City Council passed a motion declaring both intimate partner violence and human trafficking as local epidemics. They wanted to take steps to put this motion into action, and I attended the signing ceremony along with nonprofits who are helping to combat human trafficking and supporting survivors. The Elizabeth Fry Society is a community-based registered charity that supports women and their children who have experienced violence, abuse, marginalization, and criminalization. They've been operating in Prince George for over 40 years. The Prince George Sexual Assault Centre provides counselling, advocacy, education, and support services in a safe and supportive environment for those who have experienced violence. And last but not least, AWAC, the Association Advocating for Women and Children, are committed to empowering those dealing with homelessness, fighting against drug addiction, and facing similar adversities. Their core mission is to offer support, resources, and a glimmer of hope to individuals in need. This includes operating a 24-hour emergency women's shelter in Prince George. All of these groups are doing critical work, and our community is grateful for them. At the signing, the City held a roundtable with these nonprofits, and there was a commitment to better collaboration. We heard a first-hand account from someone who was the victim of human trafficking, and it was difficult to hear that what this individual went through. She's now helping other victims to escape with her lived experience as background to support them. It is meaningful and very symbolic for Prince George to show leadership on this issue as a community along the Highway of Tears. The Prince George Airport also recognized this and recently partnered with Not in My City, which is another organization dedicated to raising awareness and driving action to end human trafficking and sexual exploitation across various industries, including transportation and hospitality. According to the International Air Transportation Association, airports are one of the most frequently used hubs for international sex trafficking. More than 93% of reported victims domestically are Canadians being trafficked to other provinces. And globally, 98% of sex trafficking victims are women and girls, and 26% of human trafficking victims in Canada are under the age of 18. So now my challenge to all of you as colleagues representing communities across the province, please talk to your municipalities about taking on similar commitments that Prince George has taken on. Ask them to join the Human Trafficking Prevention Network, and let's all try to take a more coordinated action to create safer, more resilient communities free from the harms of human trafficking. For anyone watching at home, if you or someone you know is a victim, a survivor of human trafficking, or you think someone might be, call the Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-833-900-1010. Thank you.